Hey guys, so today I'm going to be doing a blue glittery cut crease since tomorrow is 4th of July, and I'm just going to start off by priming my lid, and I'm going to be using the Age Rewind concealer in Fair Light, and I'm just going to pack that in all over my lid using my finger, and then I'm going to go in with a small beauty blender into my Sacha buttercup powder in medium deep, and I'm going to pat that all over my eye, and that's going to prevent me from creasing and help my eyeshadows to blend better. Now, taking a flat blending brush, I'm just going to dip into Gonzo from the Electric palette, and I'm going to start packing that on to my outer corner and my crease, but mainly focusing on my outer corner. And I'm slowly going to be picking up a little bit more product as I go and blending that into my outer corner. And now, with no extra product on my brush other than what was left over from doing my other eye, I'm just going to start blending out my crease and my outer corner, making sure everything's nice and blended before I start going in with more product. Now, using the same brush, I'm going to go in with Chaos from the same palette, and I'm going to start packing that into my crease pretty much in the same areas. And then I'm going to go in with the first brush that I used with Gonzo and start packing Chaos in a lot more until it gets nice and deep and the bright blue that I want. And I'm going to make sure as I'm packing that color on not to go too high above my crease, but I am blending out the edges a little bit as I go. And I'm also wanting to stay not too far out, not really creating a wing, more of a round shape for my eyeshadow, if that makes sense. Now, taking that second brush I was using with a little bit of Gonzo, I'm just going to blend out my edges, make sure it's nice and blended. Then I'm going to take a smaller flat brush and pack on Nylon under my brow bone, using that as a highlight. And now for my cut crease, I'm just going to take the same concealer I used to set my lid on a flat brush, and I'm going to start carving out my crease. I'm only doing a half cut crease for this look, and when I do my cut crease, I go a little above my natural crease so that whenever I open my eyelids, it doesn't transfer or smudge. And I do use patting motions instead of swiping because it helps me more whenever I do it, and my lines don't come out as wiggly because my skin is pretty loose on my eye. And it tends to like move around whenever I try to swipe the brush on it with one hand. So I'm just going to use patting motions. And once I get to the middle of my lid, I'm just going to blend it out a little bit with the brush. And before I set my concealer, I'm actually going to blend out the blue a bit using Gonzo or Chaos from the Electric palette. And I always like to blend out my cut crease before I set it, because once you set it, it does make it a little hard to blend and it might come off a little bit patchy. And I'm also going to pack on a little bit of In the Shadows from MAC. It's a pretty dark blue, a little bit darker than Chaos. I'm just going to pack that into my outer corner. And then I'm on the same flat brush that I used to carve out my crease, I'm just going to pack on a little bit of MAC Nylon, and I'm going to pack that all over where I put my concealer. Just using my blending brush, I'm just going to blend that in a little bit before I go in with my glitter. And for my glitter, I actually won these for free off an app. I'll put info in the description bar, but so I'm not really sure the name of them, but I'll try to link it below. And I'm going to take my NYX glitter glue on a small flat brush and start packing that into my outer corner cut crease. Only my outer corner. I'm kind of going to focus a little bit in the middle of my eye, but not too much. And I'm also going to fade it once I get to the middle because I am going to be adding another shade. Now, taking the same flat brush, I'm just going to pack on that glitter, and once I get to the middle of my eye, I'm sort of going to fade it out a little bit because I am going to be doing an ombre glitter. And I'm also not focusing too much near my waterline because I am going to add a black liner, and I don't want to have glitter in my liner whenever I attempt to put it on. And I'm just going to add a little bit more glitter glue, and I'm going to focus on the middle of my lid and fade the front, and also fade it into the blue. And then I'm going to pack on that silver glitter, and I'm going to slowly fade it into my blue. And I'm sorry that I'm a little bit out of the camera lens. during this part. I didn't really notice, so I'm a little low, but you can still see what I'm doing. I'm just fading it into the middle evenly. I'm just going to take a little bit more Chaos and put that into my crease and blend it out a little bit. Now for my liner, I just did a regular wing, but I actually was out of frame for most of the video, so I like cropped it out of here. But I do have a full liner tutorial on my channel. I'll just link it in the description bar if you're interested. But I'm just going to basically throw on a wing, a very thin wing, not too dramatic. To make sure my wing looks perfect, I'm just going to take a little bit of concealer on a flat brush and just carve out my wing a little bit, and then I'm just going to blend out the edges so it's not too harsh. Now I'm just going to throw on a little bit of mascara so that my natural lashes blend in well with my falsies. I'm just using the NARS mascara in Black Moon, and then using my favorite lashes from LashXO. They're called Smoking Hot. I'm just going to throw those on real quick. And then for under my eyelid, on a small pencil brush, I'm just going to take a little bit of Chaos mixed with Gonzo. And I'm just going to keep packing on that color until I get the blue that I want. Also dipping a little bit in the shadows from MAC. It's just the little darker blue that I used on my outer corner. Basically the same shades as my top. Then I'm just going to take a blending brush and smoke out that blue a little bit before I go in with my liner. And I am going to be using the Maybelline gel liner in black, and I'm just going to line my waterline with that. On a small pencil brush, I'm just going to blend out any black that I had got under there, and then take a little bit of Nylon and use that as my inner corner highlight. And now I'm just going to throw on a little bit of mascara for my lower lash lines. And this is the finished look. If you did like this look, please leave me a thumbs up and a comment. Also subscribe to my channel. I will be uploading every Monday and Friday.